suspect behind the most destructive fire in Los Angeles history is now under arrest.
National Guard troops have moved into the streets of Chicago despite the ruling of a federal judge.
And a new artificial intelligence interface is taking the digital world by storm.
Annenberg TV News is next.
A suspect in the deadly and destructive Palisades fire is now in custody. Hi, I'm Kajal Reddy.
And I'm Mary Elizabeth. Federal authorities in Los Angeles announced the arrest of 29-year-old Jonathan Rindernech of Melbourne, Florida. Rindernech allegedly started the fire and moved to Florida soon after. Investigators say they have video of the suspect at the scene as well as ChatGPT images generated by Rindernech that depict cities on fire. Investigators say Rindernech started a brush fire on New Year's Eve after finishing his shift as an Uber driver. He allegedly called 911 himself, even offering to help firefighters put it out. Crews believed they had it contained, but nearly a week later, powerful Santa Ana winds reignited the flames, fueling what became the devastating Palisades fire. 12 lives were lost as a result of the Palisades fire. In total, 23,400 acres burned and about 6,800 structures were destroyed in the Palisades and Malibu areas. Losses could total $164 billion. The arrest stirred up emotions for council members and Palisades residents.
There is just a simmering anger behind all of it. And to now know that this was intentional and that this senseless loss that has just impacted thousands of people's lives in ways that many will never recover from, it almost adds to the grief.
That grief has continued for the last 9 months. Burned businesses, empty lots, and piles of debris can still be found around the Palisades. The rebuilding process has been slow, but for residents, knowing who the suspect is has brought some relief.
I knew there had to be somebody responsible. It's shocking to put a face to the person. It's amazing to think that somebody can think that way or want to do so much harm. There's a lot of responsibility out there still to be taken. It's horrible, but the whole thing is horrible.
I'm happy they got him. It's a little strange that it's 10 months later that they figured this out. We've been kind of waiting to hear what caused this for a long time now. I'm sure when he started the fire, he didn't mean for it to get that big, but it did, and it's left a lot of us in, a really difficult situation.
While they were relived, the suspect was caught. USC students expressed their concerns with people starting future fires.
I'm glad they finally found this person, and I wonder if that person actually got paid to do this, or maybe someone behind that stands and really wants for these great things to happen.
The arrest helped residents understand who started the fire, but further investigations look to answer lingering questions. President Trump is calling for the arrest of both the governor of Illinois and the mayor of Chicago. Both are objecting to Trump's deployment of the National Guard in Chicago. 500 National Guard troops are on the ground in the Windy City. They are only authorized to protect federal agents and facilities, but Trump claims the city needs help controlling crime.
If you look at Chicago, Chicago's a great city where there's a lot of crime. And if the governor can't do the job, we'll do the job. It's all very simple. They probably had 50 murders in Chicago over the last 5, 6, 7 months. Many people were shot. And then the governor gets up and he says, well, we can handle it. They can't handle it. They don't know what they're doing.
But Chicago's mayor says President Trump is violating the U.S. Constitution.
This president has intentionally worked to escalate violence in the city of Chicago and cities across America. We're just simply defending our fundamental right to our democracy. This president has made it very clear he doesn't support this Constitution. And if Congress, which our framers designed for Congress and the Supreme Court and the courts to provide checks and balance, if Congress will not hold this president accountable, I will.
The Associate Dean of Students at Illinois State University says some students are being called for active duty.
We have had students in recent days tell us that they would need an excused absence, if not considering a leave of absence, in order to report to active duty, whether that includes the National Guard or any other branch. So I will say in the last couple of days, we have received that request.
The state of Illinois and the city of Chicago filed a lawsuit Monday arguing the president is exceeding his authority by sending in troops. The courts have not yet weighed in. About 750,000 federal workers have been furloughed as a result of the government shutdown. Now President Trump is warning they may not receive back pay when the shutdown ends.
It depends on who we're talking about. I can tell you this, the Democrats have put a lot of people in great risk and jeopardy, but it really depends on who you're talking about. But for the most part, we're going to take care of our people. There are some people that really don't deserve to be taken care of, and we'll take care of them in a different way.
Democratic lawmakers, including House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, denounced Trump's words. They claim a law from Trump's first term requires the government to pay back all federal furloughed workers. The administration says the government must pay those who were required to work, but not those who were sent home. TSA workers are among those affected. In a statement, a TSA spokesperson said, quote, "We will remain vigilant and focused on performing our vital security mission on behalf of the American people. TSA has not experienced any delay in operations due to callouts and remains fully capable of facilitating safe and secure travel for passengers."
Right now, TSA officers are coming to work, making good on their oath to the Constitution, to all of us, to keep us safe. What could be more of a distraction than not getting a paycheck? Not knowing if you're going to be able to keep your family in your home. Not knowing if you're going to be able to buy that insulin that you need to keep your child alive. Not knowing that you're going to be able to make good on what the people who count on you and love you need you to do.
Today marks the 8th day of the shutdown with no clear end in sight. The Los Angeles area has recently seen an increase in hit-and-run incidents. Just last week, a USC student was seriously injured in a hit-and-run near campus. The incident happened near Vermont and 36th Street. The student was struck in the crosswalk. The driver fled the scene. LAPD is searching for the suspect with a $25,000 reward offered.
By USC, definitely, because you see all these workers with yellow jackets. I feel safe when they're walking around the campus, because there's so many students walking on the campus, and sometimes it's really hard to just drive without them.
USC faculty members have also called out dangerous drivers.
I just felt terrified. That it worries me that there aren't more restrictions on campus about students on skates and bikes. I feel that it's bikers and scooters and people who are on their phones, looking at their phones. I worry that the kids are going to get hurt, the students, and I worry that professors are going to be hurt because no one's paying attention. If you look away for 1 second from what you're looking at, your life could change forever.
According to Crosstown data, South LA has seen the most hit-and-run deaths as any community in Los Angeles in recent years.
Coming up, see how artificial intelligence is taking a new leap into content consumption.
California apartment hunters will be pleased with the new bill signed by Governor Gavin Newsom.
And the Trojan community commemorates a special Korean celebration. Stay tuned. Moving to a new place, a new California law requires your landlord to provide you with a working refrigerator and stove. In a statement, the assembly member who introduced the bill said the law recognizes what every Californian understands, that a working stove and refrigerator are not luxuries. They are essential for any home to be safe and livable. Renters we spoke to agree with her.
If it's a landlord's responsibility to do baseline things like, making sure plumbing is intact, I think it also goes without saying that things like fridges and stoves should also be considered baseline.
Rent right now it costs a lot. And then on top of that, if you have to buy your own appliances, it does cost.
I hadn't heard about this bill whatsoever. I also wasn't aware that it wasn't previously a requirement for land. I think it's a good idea. It sounds like it should have already, I can't believe it's 2025 and this hasn't already been a requirement for landlords.
The new law will be effective statewide starting January 1st of New Year. OpenAI has just released its new version of Sora, an AI generation tool that turns text prompts into realistic videos. It can even incorporate the user when provided with images. It can also animate images, extend clips, and blend different scenes together. Sora was designed for research and experimentation to teach AI about the real world through video generation, but it has evolved into a public creative tool for storytelling. A film expert says this could be a good thing.
For people who create content, for the creatives, I think it's going to be fabulous because it will eliminate a lot of barriers to them executing their vision. For things like people who build sets, it may change their careers, or they may learn how to do this with AI. It really depends on the production model. Speed probably will be the biggest issue, speed and familiarity. But like all new technologies, it actually will create opportunities, but we don't know what they are yet because it hasn't come.
However, film students have mixed feelings about the technology and whether it could take away their jobs.
AI in general is a really interesting tool. It's coming no matter what, and I think the best part is to just be as prepared for all the changes it's going to bring as possible.
I think for the short form of video production, it does really help with making video production more easy and quicker. However, for film, I think that's a long form video format that really requires a lot of pre-production, production, and post-production that is not really, for now, replaceable for AI.
Industry workers say Sora is still lagging behind for now, but it will catch up eventually. Adapting to the new technology may be the next step.
Today, the USC Korean language program celebrated the 579th Hangul Day. The holiday is officially observed on October 9th and commemorates the proclamation of the modern Korean alphabet.
Regardless of how the status of Hangul changes, from my historical perspective, I think it's not an exaggeration to say that Hangul, if I choose just one, really defines the distinctive cultural character of Koreans.
In partnership with the Korean Cultural Center of Los Angeles, the Korean Heritage Library, and the King Sejong Institute Center, organizers marked the event with a series of activities so students can learn about Korean language and culture.
Through Hangul, we Korean could express our thought and opinion and our tradition and conserve and convey our history and tradition for a long time.
At USC, there are a lot of Korean heritage students, but also non-heritage students who just genuinely want to learn Korean language. So I think this kind of event is good for them to interact with other students and also use Korean alphabet.
Students celebrated Hangul Day with Korean food, calligraphy, and crafts on campus at the AHN House. Attendees played traditional games and received commemorative pins, bracelets, language books, and merchandise for popular South Korean boy band BTS.
Definitely see there's a lot of non-Koreans here who are so passionate about the class, so passionate about the food, culture. That I think draws me back to the history of how Hangul came about. And it was made for the people who are uneducated to be able to learn it pretty fast.
I definitely love the Korean culture, especially their music. I do listen to K-pop. I'm a New Jeans fan, so.
I like the involvement in the community that they build here. I feel like that's really important and definitely influential when learning.
In South Korea, it's a national holiday that has just begun as Thursday morning has started in that time zone. So, it's finally fall, but I don't think the weather is kind of there yet. What do you think?
Yeah, I know that some students are staying in the area for fall break. And Chris, what do you have to tell us about the weather in the area?
Thank you, Kajal and Mary. Well, Trojans, we made it. Happy last day till fall break. My name is Chris Appy, your weather guy, and this is the Climate with Chris. Now let's get into today's weather, and then I'll tell you a little way you can have fun during fall break. Currently, it is 69 degrees. It was a rather cold day today and very cloudy in the morning. So we are getting into that fall weather, but let's move to the 5-day forecast. You see, it is sunshine on all 5 days, but keen viewers of ATVN will note that temperatures do drop on Sunday and Monday, almost down to the low 70s there. And if this was a 6-day forecast, I would tell you that on Tuesday, there was actually a 50% chance of rain. So start bringing out those sweaters and umbrellas before we start into the midterm season of doom and despair. But the good news is that fall break is seeing amazing weather, and I have an activity you can do during fall break. Surfing! Things will be generally chill this weekend, but the waves are under 3 feet, so perfect for beginners. But Saturday will have peak wave height at about 3.5 to 4 feet at Dockweiler, Hermosa, Manhattan, Redondo, Topanga, Torrance, and Venice Beach. So be sure to check those spots out. The water will be about 67 degrees, and thank you, Mary, for the surfboard. But with that, I hope you have a wonderful fall break, and I hope you have a lot of time because there is a lot happening in sports. Isn't that right, Nikki?
Yeah, Chris, I don't know much about surfing, but I know about steals and I know about Shohei Ohtani. So coming up, we'll tell you everything you need to know about the Dodgers matchup right after the show. Plus, head coach Lincoln Riley and USC football addressed the defensive inconsistencies ahead of Saturday's game against the number 15 Michigan Wolverines. And later, we look at USC volleyball's recent slide and see what changes the team is trying to make ahead of the weekend's Big Ten matchups.
USG election season has kicked off.
They have a huge game on Thursday, right?
Huge.
Prior to that, he couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat.
And a warning tonight about a massive storm heading our way.
We're live here at the Ganlin Center.
What would y'all do if you had $2.5 million?
Music, art, and women empowerment.
And she put her stamp on Big Ten history.
Those are men swimming like fish.
Thanks for watching.
Annenberg TV News. You never miss an episode.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Thanks for watching.
So, live from the Halo is USC Annenberg's take on NPR's Tiny Desk concerts. This is like a platform for USC students and adjunct students just to perform and play their music for an audience.
Welcome back to ATVN Sports. I'm Nikki Thomas.
And I'm Drew Yuskevich. The Dodgers are back at home at Dodger Stadium tonight with a chance to punch their ticket to the National League Championship Series. After 2 wins in Philadelphia, Los Angeles is 1 win away from sweeping the Philadelphia Phillies. In Game 2 on Monday, Blake Snell threw 6 scoreless innings as the Dodgers held off the Phillies 4-3. Will Smith broke things open with a 2-run single, while Shohei Ohtani added an insurance run in the 7th to help the Dodgers secure the win. Los Angeles has now won 4 straight postseason games and outscored opponents 18-7. Yamamoto takes the mound tonight, while Aaron Nola will start for the Phillies. So, Nikki, after seeing how dominant Blake Snell was and the Dodgers bullpen looked in the game, do you think they can finish the sweep tonight against the Philadelphia Phillies?
I think if the Phillies wanted a shot at not getting swept, they should have pitched Ranger Suarez. I'm so confused about the pitching. I'm so confused about why Aaron Nola's out there. What are you thinking?
Honestly, the Phillies have been good all year, but in the postseason, they just haven't. 3 of their players that add up to $700 million have not done anything.
Hitting 95 for the series, those 3.
So I honestly think the Dodgers will sweep them, and it's going to be an interesting offseason for the Philadelphia Phillies if they get swept.
Oh, yeah. Well, guess we'll see.
So first pitch is set for 6:10 p.m. Pacific time. If the Dodgers win, they will advance to the National League Championship Series for the 7th time in the last 9 years.
USC football returns to the gridiron this weekend against number 15 Michigan. The Trojans are fresh off a bye week and appear intent on continuing their Big Ten leading offensive prowess. Quarterback Jaden Mayava and receiver Makayla lead the Big Ten in passing and receiving yards, but USC has struggled defensively, especially in the secondary. Here's what head coach Lincoln Riley had to say about his defense, which has given up almost 360 yards per game through 5 weeks.
We attacked everything head on, the things that we had to improve at. Leveraging the ball on the perimeter, being aggressive in coverage, but making sure that we're doing it within what's being called on any given Saturday, making sure we're doing a really good job with our communication. So we've worked hard on it, and I think the guys have improved. They've been very intentional about their work, and now we got to do it all week and go put it on the field on Saturday.
USC will return safety Kamari Ramsey on Saturday. Ramsey missed the Trojans' loss at Illinois due to illness and could be a key difference maker this weekend at the Coliseum. And USC women's volleyball is looking to bounce back tomorrow at home against Oregon after 2 straight Big Ten losses last weekend to Indiana and number 13 Purdue. The loss to Purdue came in straight sets, the second time this season USC has been shut out. The squad dropped to number 22 in the AVCA polls following the weekend. Senior libero Gala Trubint highlighted the struggles of Big Ten play after the Trojans' last loss.
We've realized the Big Ten is no joke. I don't think rankings mean anything. I don't think records mean anything. I think when you get to Big Ten play, anyone can beat anyone, and it's whoever wants it more that night. We got to take what we did this weekend, take the good things, learn from the bad things, and move on and be hungry against Oregon, be hungry against UCLA. No team's going to hold back on us.
Big Ten competition is certainly no joke, and the Trojans will look to redeem their recent lackluster performances when they take the court at Galen Center and Pauley Pavilion this weekend.
The LA Kings opened their season at home on Tuesday night, but it was a tough start for the boys in black and silver. The Kings fell 4-1 to the Colorado Avalanche in their home opener. After a scoreless first period, Colorado took control in the second with 3 goals. The Avalanche added a power play goal in the third before the Kings finally got on the board. This is what Kings defensive man Drew Doughty had to say after the loss. The Kings were outshot 28-21-3 and went 1 for 5 on the power play. Goaltender Darcy Kemper made 24 saves in his Kings debut. The Los Angeles Kings will look to make a bounce back when they travel to Vegas tonight to face the Golden Knights. Puck drop is set for 7 p.m. Pacific. That's all for ATVN Sports Day. I'm Drew Yuskevich.
And I'm Nikki Thomas. Let's send it over to news. Mary, what are students watching?
Thank you, Nikki. Coming up, a reality TV favorite returns for a new season. We'll be right back. Welcome back. ATVN's Dimitri Protonentis is outside of Bovard Auditorium for Thornton Symphony Concerto Night. How's it going, Dimitri?
Thanks, Mary. We're live here at Bovard Auditorium for Concerto Night, which will be happening at 7:30. Right behind me, people will be gathering to line up for the event. I am really looking forward to this, having been a former air player of the violin, because I know the talent and preparation that goes into this.
Concerto Night is an exciting culmination of hard work and playing together with friends.
I think this night to me means a chance to celebrate all that I've been working towards. This piece is really, really close and dear to me.
I think a program full of wonderful music, two other amazing soloists, Olivia and Colin. They're going to be playing wonderful pieces, and you get to see what Thornton has to offer, and really kind of the best that Thornton has to offer across the board.
It's a free concert starting at 7:30. If you have time, show out and support your fellow USC Trojans. That's all from here. And I'm Dimitri Protonentis with ATVN. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Dimitri. Students have been feeling the beat and moving their feet with this reality show. Cordelia, what's up with Dancing with the Stars?
Thanks, Kajal. Ballroom dance is going viral on social media, and just last night, with the Stars Disney episode, broke records with more than 40 million votes cast. Last night's dancers included social media influencers like Alex Earl, Robert Irwin, and Mom Talks Whitney Levitt. We asked one former Dancing with the Stars guest star for his take on why so many people are tuning in.
Over the years, I've definitely worked with a lot of ballroom dancers. This job in particular inspired me to kind of dip my toe into it, because I'm always interested. At the end of the day, I sort of fashion myself as a dancer, period. First, anytime dance can go viral in any way, I think is a beautiful thing, whether it's ballroom dancing, whether it's tap dancing, whether it's hip hop, ballet, you name it. I'm an advocate for spreading the world and spreading the word of dance to the masses.
While most Trojans have heard of the show, you may not know that you can live out your Dancing with the Stars dreams and take Kaufman's ballroom dancing elective, or you can join the USC ballroom dance team.
I have been noticing a lot more ballroom on social media and just like in pop culture lately, because first there was like Blue Shirt Guy and the Samba, and then they're like Dancing with the Stars has been big. I'm just excited that people are getting more into it, because it is kind of a very niche thing. And when I started it, like no one had any idea what I was doing.
The team practices weekly and competes against other schools as a club sport. Dancing with the Stars is back next Tuesday if you want to see the viral dancers for yourself.
Thank you, Cordelia. Thanks for watching Idelburg TV News. From everyone at Idelburg Media, I'm Kajal Reddy.
And I'm Mary Elisabeth. For more coverage, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. We'll see you next time. Good night.